Why, hello there. So, if you couldn't tell at the last vlog thing I did, I was very tired at the end. Well, let's just say this month was like a thing that happened afterwards. So, I was very tired for like a little while later. I was almost about to get over it, but then I did the unfortunate thing of hanging out with friends when I was like way too tired, and they were all playing Warframe, a game I've been avoiding for many years, because once a long time ago, 9 years ago, I tried Warframe and I played it a little while, and I'm like, wait a minute, this game's gonna be grindy as hell, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I better stay away from this game, even though I love playing it. But here's the thing, it's like I knew I would get addicted to it, so that's why I stopped. But now that I like tried playing it, I got addicted to like 15 hours for the first day, and then I'm like, okay, I'm probably very close to my friends because they just barely started. So I'm like, I did the foolish, sleepy-headed mistake of trying to catch up with them, even though they don't have anything else to do, because some of them don't work jobs at the moment, so they have way more time to play. So me trying to catch up with them, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen at all. So I was making myself tired because trying to go catch up with people that have been gaming all day and trying to do chores and try to do work. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. So I was very tired for a little while. And then I was starting to get all depressed because I'm like, oh no, I'm trying to do all this stuff in Warframe, but I haven't caught up yet. But oh my gosh, there's things I have to do in real life. And then I was getting like all depressed and a little stressed. So it was a little rough for a few weeks. Luckily, music is a lovely thing to deal with emotions. So there's like 3 particular music tracks, well actually 4, that kind of got me out of that rut. The first one was Sonic Frontiers, of all things. I wasn't expecting that. But Vandalize from One OK Rock. Apparently that's like the ending theme or something. I haven't played Sonic Frontiers, but supposedly it's an actual good Sonic game, so I'm curious about that. But it has like I'll at the end of this video I'll have it being done in Beat Saber because it's there, so you'll get to see like kind of the mood I was in. But then basically like try and do good things, but like people aren't like super happy with what you're doing, or they're like ignoring you or doing bad stuff in return. So yeah, but that's just like how I was feeling. Of course it was all emotions, and I know that wasn't the case, but you know, emotions be dumb sometimes. And then there's a very similar music album by Lapfox Tracks, or Haley Labs, under the Queenstance alias, with the album What You Do. Apparently, that was also another toxic relationship thing. I'm like, oh, great. But I have to go mention that because while that also is kind of how I was feeling, even though, again, emotions, not exactly like what was actually going on. There was one track that hit me really hard, but calmed the heck out of me, called Outsider. So the first verse was like something that I've like felt like not just towards people, but for like any activity or anything in life, like in general. So while I usually listen to music and just like let my emotions like kind of just like decide what I do, my brain was like, this is like the first time my brain's actually screamed at me to go listen to a certain song. So yeah, but like there's only like 2 verses, but like the first verse is what gets me, because the second verse is what I used to think, but no longer. But so I'll just say the first verse, where it's like you feel like a stranger to me. I like that a little, I think. I'm not so sure. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just like, my God, that is like ripping the thoughts out of my head. I've felt that way about so many things for the majority of my life. But so I was kind of going into a depressive mode because of that, because I'm just like, oh, finally I get to hear something that like I've been thinking all my life, and there's like someone else like kind of confirming that thought. So I was just kind of in that mode for a little while, but after like relaxing for a little bit, I got over that. Cause after a while, I'm just like, after I got to listen to that for a little bit, gosh darn, I feel like I'm missing something. Let me just take a look at my notes real quick. Oh yeah. So basically, oh crap. I am doing this late at night though, but I do feel more awake than the last time I recorded one of these. So let's see. What was it? Oh yes. So once I got myself relaxed enough doing that, a random song, a very silly song came up and it was it's the secret song from BattleBlock Theatre. You know, the really ridiculous ones like it's a secret. That one. Yeah, that I listened to that, I'm just like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't compute with my depressive mind. And so I'm like, wait a minute, I'm dwelling on things again, aren't I? So I got out of that little depressive funk for a little while. Because for a while I was feeling like I was in one of those ruts where I felt like no one was really caring, because, you know, when we were playing like Warframe, like everyone was so zombified, grinding the heck out of the game, and people were talking, like just thinking about the game more than anything else. So, like, I felt like I wasn't actually like communicating and talking about people about anything. So once I got frickin' Stamper's dumb, stupid secret song out of my head, like I started getting back into VR again, and like, oh hey, all the VR friends that I've been talking to that like to have long in-depth conversations were like, hey, you're finally on, because it was like 2 or 3 weeks since the last time I was on VR, so I felt like way better and all that other stuff. So yeah. The lesson I have to take away from this month was basically like, no matter how depressive you are, your emotions are probably being stupid. Remember to just like go into a place where people can tell you, hey, you're being a dumb. Because, you know, when people are like mindlessly grinding in a game, well, they're not going to be thinking about emotions or anything like that. So I had to go to a place where like people could be like, hey, you're feeling emotions. Yeah. Don't do the dumb bad emotions and actually fix things. So I feel a lot better now. Let's see. But yeah, and then I started doing a whole lot of other things. Initially, I wanted to go, I just felt like, because originally I was still depressed like last Thursday, and this is the next Thursday. Well, actually it's Friday now, since it's like 5 in the morning. Oops. But but like I got so much more productive. I mean, you know, not being depressed and making it so you're more productive. Oh, who would have thought? But so I just got like a crap ton of stuff done in real life. Rearranged a bunch of my room, and I always forget. Anytime you rearrange your room, I swear it does something to your mind mentally, where it's like, oh, things have changed. My life is going in a good place. It's like, even though like all I pretty much did was just like clean up a couple things and just move the TV from one place to another place, because I wanted to make room, because air conditioner going to be coming in soon, because it's starting to get warm. Like right now, I have to freaking take my shirt off like every day when I'm in my room, because it gets so warm in my room. So yeah, soon I'll be able to start having a fan on me when I'm in VR, and that's always nice, because VR is more effective on me for some reason when you have the fan on. I don't know why. But yeah. But I also decided to go edit some of the videos, which you might have seen. I don't know like how many more videos I'm going to do because I realize, oh shit, they're very time consuming because like any video that I upload, like it usually takes like 5 to 10 times longer for like the amount of duration that it is. So whenever I'm like putting multiple clips together, that is. When it's a video like this, I'm usually just like the time usually is taken just trying to get bullet points and just like try to have things in a more like summarized manner from like what I've done for the rest of the month. This month, however, like since I was such a depressive bum most of the month, like I don't have a whole lot of notes because, well, there wasn't much to say because I was addicted to Warframe. And I gotta say, just doing Warframe, like, I really don't feel like doing any kind of video games unless if it's VR. But yeah, I may do some Smash, but overall, like, I'm gonna be hella more strict about what games I play now because that was just like an awful month. So yeah. As much as I would love to play Warframe because Warframe has some really fun stuff, but it's a time sink game when I don't have time to sink into it, you know? Yeah, and that's one thing I always worry about, like playing Smash or any other fighting game, because they do have an emphasis on self-improvement, but they do take time to go improve, and sometimes you can get addicted to that improvement process. And if you're doing that, why don't you just try to improve on something else? So it's like, because I don't know. Because of course fighting games are gonna be fun, but yeah, I still like fighting games because they do force you to actually like be aware of your mental state. Because if you're tired, you're not playing the fighting game. You're just gonna be just like pressing forward and attacking. You're not going to be thinking about what you're doing. And you're just like not getting the full experience out of a fighting game. You need to like think about everything that's going on. And if you're also tired, you're not going to be learning anything. And that's kind of part of the fun of fighting games, is learning things. And then and in my case, once you learn things, you get to have an excuse to go break the rules and do stupid goofy stuff. But yeah, now that I'm making this video, I want to say next month I'm going to be trying to get something done Blender related so I can actually start making 3D models. Though I'm not sure if I should do that though, because I'm looking at a lot of this AI stuff. I'm like, what if I just had an AI model everything for me instead? Because I'm pretty sure like it could probably just go off of what I say, because it's scary how fast AI is developing. Because I gotta say, it was a sluggish start for like AI, because I've always been interested in AI stuff when I was growing up, because, you know, robots cool, but like it was so slow that I just never really think about it too much. But like lately it's been increasing at a very fast pace. So I'll have to go see if there's anything I can do there. Yeah, ChatGPT 4 is out supposedly, but I'm not sure. I can't sign into the freaking ChatGPT site at all, so I haven't been able to do it. Because when I was able to use it, like, I was learning things so quickly. Everything was so efficient. It was so nice. But, you know, trying to actually log in, good luck. Alright. Let's see, what else did I... Yeah, there's not a whole lot else. Because outside of like the Warframe thing, like pretty much most of the things I've been doing is just in the past few days, but it's mostly like in real life stuff. So it's not like a whole lot I can say. Let's see. Yeah, just editing stuff. Yeah, I'll try to go watch more things at night because I've been doing like sideways leg lifts when I've been like watching stuff. For example, I do stretches when I watch things. I know that might sound a little funny, but like when you have time, you might as well go do it, you know? Because I can just relax while I'm doing it. Yeah. So, oh, before I forget, last month there was one movie I forgot to mention, was like some sort of Mad Max thing. So now I understand why people keep on saying "Witness me," because that was just like everywhere at one point, and I'm like, why are people saying "Witness me"? But now I know. Yeah, a friend recommended it to me. It was a fun little movie. Yeah, and then for other things I watch, I think this is the last thing. I wish I had more to say, but maybe next month there will be more, because I won't be grinding the heck out of Warframe or something, you know? So I ended it off this month with watching some Aggretsuko, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically Sanrio made a cartoon for adults, for people who are in the workplace. And I gotta say, like, it's very relatable to, like, a lot of the things that happen in the workplace. Go figure. So, yes, it's not for kids or teenagers or whatever, because there's, like, a lot of, like, swearing, there's, like, alcohol involved and such. But otherwise than that, outside of that, it's a generally cute cartoon, but, like, it has a lot of life lessons for adults. And I was like watching back some of them, like, I wish I knew that like 5 years ago. So yeah, definitely gets a thumbs up from me. Yeah, cause I initially wasn't going to go watch it for a little while because, you know, always busy with other things. And then YouTube like recommends me some random things, and then like Haida getting addicted to a game was a little bit relatable, since like I just barely got like into the Warframe thing, because like I was watching a bunch of other people play, and when you're in front of a game that you've been wanting to play for a long time and everyone's just doing it constantly, kind of makes you want to join in. So I'm like, ugh, what a dummy I was. And then another one was like, oh, this person has a lack of confidence issues, what do you suggest? And then like one character's like, oh, you should just have them lift weights. And I'm just like, I relate to that strongly, because I got so much more confidence once I started doing exercise and such. Speaking of, like, I feel like I gained a lot of weight because for some reason when I got all like depressed and stuff, like I was getting like super hungry towards the end of it. When I was getting out of the depressive state, like my body's like, oh, we're doing things now, eat everything. So I have to go monitor my diet some more now, because normally I just listen to my body and I usually don't eat much because of that. But like this time my body's just like eating like 3 or 4 times more than you usually do. I'm just like, what in the world? What has gotten into my body? Yeah. Yeah. I will say, Aggretsuko got me back into like listening to some death metal music again, because that's just kind of part of the thing about Aggretsuko. It's just kind of funny. I don't. Not that I'm ever going to be practicing death metal screaming.
Even though it might sound kind of neat.
I don't know. That wasn't deep enough.
God don't. God, Saber.
Dang it. I was doing it so much better earlier. Oh well. You'll have to take my word for it. I may practice it a little bit more. After all, I do like to do voices. I think I'm just a little dehydrated from talking constantly right now. And I haven't been drinking any water in between. So yeah. I think that's just about everything I wanted to go talk about. And let's see. That was 20 minutes? What? That felt like less than 5 minutes. Okay, maybe I won't ramble on that much next time. Okay. Mistakes were made. My goodness. Sorry. But hopefully you liked my story. And now I should have like myself doing like the Beat Saber beat map of Vandalize from Sonic Frontiers. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything planned for next month, but I will be in VR a lot more, and I'm gonna go see what else I can learn. We'll go see. I'm trying to go as it goes, but yeah. Again, this is another unorganized start, so hopefully the next one will be even more organized. So, with that said, have a wonderful evening, or night, or morning, whatever.
Keep me safe, now you're tearing